It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to Friday Travel and Cruise Industry News podcast. On this, the 9th day of August, that's right, the 9th day of August, had to double check. Brought to you, of course, by MSC Cruises and Will US, owner of Scoot Around. We have several stories this morning, but first I get a little on the personal side of things. It looks like Debbie has left the building, which I'm certainly glad for. We'll talk about the weather overall here a little bit, but here at the farm, they were calling for 5 to 8 inches. I think we were much closer to the 5 than to the 8. My guess is just right at 5 inches. Of course, I'm judging that by the pool, how much water I took out of the pool yesterday, how much it's filled up since then, and just taking a pretty good guess at it. So it wasn't near as bad as it could have been. While we had some wind, we didn't have a lot of wind. It was a rain event for us here. But I am glad to see it gone. And then we can get out today and check the pool and, make sure the water level is correct. Probably vac it good because I'm sure there's all kinds of crap in it from that much of a storm. A couple of announcements before we get to it. Tuesday will be a travel day for me. However, it's kind of a late travel day, so I'm going to do a show probably early. Probably like 9 o'clock as opposed to 11 o'clock on Tuesday. And then I'll jump in the car and drive to Richmond and get on an airplane and fly to Vancouver. Do I have any other announcements today? The Wednesday show is up in the air. I have no idea what my schedule's going to be like, where I'm going to be, how I'm going to do it, but I'll try to do a show Wednesday as well. I will try to do a show sometime this weekend to make up for Wednesday that I missed. I'm not real happy with this heart monitor business. Mainly because I can't get in the pool. I can't get the damn thing wet. So I'll be glad to take that thing off, put it in its little box and send it on its way. All right, now on with today's show, folks. We do have a number of stories this morning. The lead story today is Formula One Grand Prix of Monaco. Of course, we got to look at the Friday weather update. Popular cruise director announces his retirement. New terminal faces challenges. Civil unrest forces cancellations. And a 6th MSC ship to South America. And then a woman dies after being entangled in a baggage carousel. That and lots more live here at 11 o'clock this morning. Today, folks, is National Passion Fruit Day. I'm not real wild about passion fruit. If it's cut up in a salad, okay. In a fruit salad. But just to eat it on its own, it's just not, no. I'm not going to celebrate that one with you today. If you're listening via the podcast, you can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the Fat Travel Guy. All right. see if there's anything else I was supposed to mention down here. No. All right, we're going to start today with a little weather talk. And this is the Atlantic. And by the way, this was at 5 o'clock this morning, so will have changed some. I'll try to make the changes as we go. Debbie, they're still expecting heavy rainfall and significant flood threat as it gradually shifts northward today from the northern mid-Atlantic states all the way into upstate New York. And from what the maps look like, folks, Pennsylvania and New York are still going to get a lot of Debbie today. Pretty much is going to have moved out of here. It was not raining last time I went into the other side of the house. And that was, it was raining earlier. So it's just literally in the last hour or so. Apparently it's ended here. The location of Debbie, this was at 5 o'clock this morning. The center of post-tropical cyclone Debbie was 110 miles north of Danville, Virginia. So now it's probably about 400 miles north of Danville, which makes it about 465 miles north of Raleigh. Maximum sustained winds are about 30 miles an hour. Present movement is north-northeast at 35 miles an hour. After that sucker stalled around for 3 days, it's hauling butt now, thankfully. Pressure has risen to 1,003. Heavy rainfall across portions of the coastal Carolinas is expected to persist through today, along with areas of considerable flooding. Heavy rainfall will also result in considerable to local catastrophic flooding. Impacts across portions of mid-Atlantic states and Northeast through tonight. The risk for tornadoes will extend from eastern North Carolina into Virginia and Maryland early today. The threat for tornadoes will then shift northward into New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and eastern New York. And that's been more of a problem, folks, than a lot of the storm. Man, we've had hurricanes popping up everywhere yesterday and last night. The yellow X out in the trough coming across near the Lesser and Greater Antilles, a tropical wave located over the tropical Atlantic, several hundred miles west-southwest of Cabo Verde Islands, showing widespread disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Any development of the wave should be slow to occur during the next couple of days while it moves westward across the central tropical Atlantic. Afterwards, conditions are expected to become more conducive for development, and a tropical depression could form while it approaches the Lesser Antilles by early next week. The system is then forecast to move generally west-northwestward and could approach the Greater Antilles by the middle of the week. Formation in the next 48 hours is near zero, but over the next 7 days, it jumps up to 50%. So it's worth watching. The Pacific is virtually quiet. There was one little system that was just off the coast yesterday. That hasn't changed much. Amelia was still hanging on as a post-tropical low. That probably is gone by now. So we're able to cut this short a little bit today, thankfully. Of course, we'll continue watching the weather. All right, I'll be back with the rest of the news after a quick break from one of our fine network sponsors. Explora Journeys, owned by MSC Cruises, has revealed plans for its latest ship, Explora II, to serve as a floating luxury hotel during the Formula One Grand Prix of Monaco in 2025. Docked in Monaco's Porticule, located just 150 meters from the track, the luxury 922-passenger Explora II will offer prime views and an exclusive venue for a series of high-profile events throughout race week. Explora II will be located at the end of the harbor beyond the F1 paddock, which hosts team garages for the race, scheduled May the 23rd through May 25th. Guests can register for Formula One's exclusive paddock club, offering an exclusive hospitality suite with VIP access and the best views of the Monte Carlo race. Paddock Club guests also enjoy gourmet dining, premium beverages, exclusive access to areas such as the pit lane walk, as well as personal appearances by drivers and team personnel. The popular former cruise director, and now one of several fleet cruise directors with Carnival Cruise Line, Chris the Flying Scotsman Williams, has announced his official retirement from the cruise line. He has considered the decision for some time and it has been quite emotional, but a recent personal event was instrumental in finalizing his thoughts on leaving the cruise industry. On his 40th birthday, Chris realized his daughter was now 5 and he wanted to see her grow up. Chris will be surely missed.
Port Canaveral's plan to expand and build a new cruise terminal on the north side of the port facilities is being challenged by several Florida state officials. The contention is that the new cruise terminal plan may jeopardize the port's ability to support the space industry, which is also critically important to the state's economy. Last Friday, Florida Department of Commerce Secretary J. Alex Kelly and Department of Transportation Secretary Jared Perdue jointly sent a letter expressing their concerns about the expansion project. Kelly and Perdue wrote, Florida's cruise tourism and commercial space launch sectors are both vitally important. Port Canaveral bears the responsibility of housing and supporting both. In this case, the port has announced its intention to support one sector to the direct detriment of the other. That decision must therefore be revised. It's unclear how guest sailing on 3 upcoming sailings of Carnival Splendor will not be able to visit the ports of call they originally planned to see. In the interest of safety, Carnival Cruise Line has had to change the September 18th, October 13th, and October 24th itineraries, but has worked in new ports of call where available. All 3 sailings were South Pacific itineraries. The September 18th departure was to have been a 9-night itinerary with 3 stops in New Caledonia. Now all 3 New Caledonian ports have been canceled, and the ship will visit Mystery Island on September 22nd and via Vanuatu on September 23rd, also from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The October 13th departure is an 8-night sailing that was to visit Noumea twice as well as Lufau Island with no other ports of call. All those 3 stops in New Caledonia are no longer possible. Carnival Splendor will now visit Arley Beach on October 16th, as well as Cairns on October 17th. There will also be a scenic cruising of Willis Island onboard experience on October 18th. And finally, the October 21st departure is also adjusted to remove the same 3 New Caledonia port visits from the 10-night itinerary. Instead, the ship will visit 3 destinations in Vanuatu, Mystery Island on October 25th, Via on October 26th, and Santo on October 27th. All 3 days are in port from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. To address strong demand, MSC Cruises is deploying a 6th ship to South America for the 2024-2025 winter season. The company announced that MSC Splendida will join fleetmates MSC Harmonia, MSC Grandiosa, MSC Orchestra, MSC Poesia, and MSC Seaview in South America.
A woman died in the baggage claim area of Chicago O'Hare International Airport early yesterday, according to the Chicago Police Department. The Chicago Fire Department responded to reports of someone pinned in machinery in Terminal 5, used mainly by international flights, around 8 a.m. The woman was found entangled in the conveyor belt system used to move baggage, according to officials. The adult woman was found unresponsive and pronounced dead on the scene. The woman's identity has not been released. The cause of death is currently unknown, but CPD said an autopsy and investigation are being conducted.
With its unique blend of history and modern charm, Boston is one of America's most iconic and visited destinations. Explore this extraordinary city in comfort with a scooter or wheelchair rental from Scootaround. All Boston mobility rentals are 10% off until September 30th. Call Scootaround toll-free at 1-888
441-7575 or reserve online. Use code BOSTON10 or SRN 11137 for the best rates. A scooter or wheelchair in Boston. Call now. With its unique blend of
Yeah, I'm having finger problems out here, Tom. You don't miss anything, do you? Oh, the only problem with that hot air, Tom, is the sentence I cut off, I have right here. If I can slide down to the story. Port Canaveral, and was the last sentence. It is unclear how Kelly and Purdue feel about the expansion of the port's cruise terminal facilities might impact necessary work and infrastructure for the space industry. I just asking the question because it makes no sense to me. But you were right out there, Tom. My itchy trigger finger got a little carried away there. All right, that wraps up the news portion of today's show. Thank goodness. I didn't screw too much up today. Just a couple button issues. All right, so where'd the comments go? Oh, there we go. Let's go see who's in the chat room today, giving me a hard time. Salvation Oshodi says hi. Hello to you too. Gary Older Than Dirt's with us. Hi, Gary. Be with you shortly. Mike's with us. Gretchen says, good morning, everybody. Gretchen, I'll be with you shortly as well. Bob says, have a great weekend, all. Thank you, Bob. Hot Air says, hello to everyone. Thank you, Hot Air. Gary Older Than Dirt, are you flying to Seattle on Monday? No, to Vancouver. On Monday? No, on Tuesday. Mike says, hello to everybody. Gary says, 1 o'clock to Vancouver. Interesting. Chillie is backwards today, part on the wrong side, and the cat and dog are on the right side. Yeah, I saw that. So I flipped the picture. Yeah, I thought I flipped it when I first loaded up, but I didn't. We need to send Mikhail and the PT 73 to New Caledonia to straighten those folks out. Yeah, and that's the truth. Oh, here's another X. Chill boy. Okay. Thanks for being here. Gary Older Than Dirt. I remember Chillie said you were arriving first. Was thinking more than a few hours. So yeah, he gets in at like 9 o'clock Hot Air, and I get in now after midnight. I was supposed to get in before midnight, and they changed the times on the plane. Gary says I arrive at 9:30. Okay, he arrives at midnight. I tried to get him to change his flight to arrive at DFW, and we would be on the same flight to Vancouver. And I looked into that, Gary, only there wasn't seats at the front of the plane available. I would be like, the closest aisle seat was back in 28 or something. I can't walk that far anymore. But I did look at that. And of course, that would have been changing everything because I go through Charlotte. But I do fly through DFW on the way home, which is kind of weird. But Todd's with us. Good morning, Todd. Yeah, there we go. Chillie must be hitting some buttons wrong. Yes, I was. Which airline are you using to Vancouver? American. Yes. American. I saw a news item yesterday that Boston hotel workers are set to strike. Hope they don't mess up our stay in September. Well, Uh, they don't usually have much strikes in Boston. They have people that take care of that. So we'll see. I mean, you can always run into a strike, but they're not going to shut down the travel industry. It's way too much money. So, I mean, that's my thought on it. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. I will, if I get any kind of news at all this weekend, I'll do an extra show this weekend to make up for missing Wednesday. And then Monday's show will be normal, and Tuesday will be early. It will be probably at 9 o'clock instead of 11. So just, be ready for that, because I have to drive to Richmond and be there right after noon, or 1 o'clock, I think it is, that I have to be there. So it's not that bad. All right, that's going to wrap me up for today, guys. Next week's going to be a busy week. Of course, I'll be back in Alaska, which I love Alaska, and start to do a lot of filming again. So, looking forward to it. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Smash that thumbs up button. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising. And hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a great day, everybody. See you sometime this weekend, I hope.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, chilly chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.